Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dal, and the Turbo Boost is finally here. An event that is meant to help our alts catch up rather quickly, but also boost our mains to great new heights, allowing us to upgrade our mythic track gear to higher ranks so we can achieve really high item levels of 680 plus, allowing us to upgrade our gear, farm as many crests as we want to endlessly, and even have the ability to transfer over valor stones a lot more easily for that alt convenience. So if you're looking to maximize your gear gains and upgrade all of your items as quickly as possible during the Turbo Boost event, then this video is going to go over all of the things you need to do in order to accomplish those goals. Going over the best strategies to make sure you never run out of valor stones, some of the most efficient ways to farm up gilded crests, how to upgrade all of your crafted items with 6 additional eye levels, but also what you should be doing with the new gear token of puzzling cartel chips that is now made available with this Turbo Boost that you can use to purchase some of the best gear from either the Liberation of Undermined raid tier or from the current set of Season Mythic Plus dungeons. As always, if you guys want to see more regular updates for the War Within expansion, whether it's for live content or for future patches like 11.17, be sure to follow the channel and subscribe. But otherwise, let's dive right in. So one of the first things that is getting updated for Turbo Boost is Valor Stones are becoming warbound, so you can actually transfer them across your characters, which is pretty awesome. I think it's the first time they've ever done this, though as you transfer it, you will have a tax, as in a portion of the Valor Stones you transfer will be lost in progress. So you're looking to lose about 20% every time you are transferring from character to character, which is not great, but it's better than nothing. Like, just being able to transfer Valor Stones is pretty amazing. Even though some of it does get lost in transaction, it is still huge when it comes to playing your alts. Like, your main most likely is going to be filled with Valor Stones, as you'll be doing a lot of gearing on this character with this Turbo Boost, and then you can start spending that Valor on any alts to get them caught up to speed. And there's actually a very easy way for you to be able to earn a Valor on every single one of your characters if you're looking to do a lot of transferring. Like, technically, you can earn Valor through any content, like open world content, delves, dungeons, raids, PvP, but you could also easily earn some Valor Stones rather quickly within Undermine. Just get yourself a punch card, which is part of the perks as with the faction of the Undermine Cartel's Renown track, and then you complete easy activities found around the Undermine zone to earn more Valor Stones. Normally, I like to do the side gig as it's very efficient. Just a single side quest will do, and you can just complete the one that earns you the most amount of Valor if you just try to get that out of the way, but all of them are actually pretty good when it comes to getting some of that upgrade currency. Outside of this, I like easy activities like digging around for cans in scrap piles, or driving around collecting those boost cans all over the zone, or slaying rares is also pretty easy if that is on a list, or even doing a quick tier 1 delve is also really fast as well. Turning in the list itself rewards you with 250 Valor Stones, plus each item on that list that you'd complete provides you with additional Valor as well, which means it's overall a nice little boost for very little effort if you're looking for some really quick Valor Stones. Now, outside of this, gilded crests as well as all other crests become uncapped, so now you can farm them as much as you want to endlessly. And with all the gear, both Hero Track and Mythic Track getting a couple of new ranks, all of your best slot items that you're wearing on your main right now, like let's say take this chest piece for example, that's normally 678 fully upgraded, but now you can add 2 additional tracks to bring it up to 680 for item level, which is massive. So you are gonna need quite a lot of gilded crests to upgrade all of your items, because now all of your mythic items and even your crafted pieces can all be boosted by a handful of levels, which is pretty massive. Now, the best way to farm the gilded crests, however, as of right now is going to be, specifically if you're just looking to grind it out, Mythic Plus dungeons. +7 keystone minimum and up will award you gilded crests, which ends up being the most efficient farming method. Those of you that are more solo player and casual players, I did check to see if delves are still good for gildeds. They're not amazing since there is still a cap on how many gilded crests you can get. So you could do delves in order to get some of your gildeds, but a lot of you should, if you're trying to farm out this currency, should start to look to get into +7 keystones and then spamming those up and farming them as much as you can. Technically, if you can go to higher keystones like 8s, 10s, even 12s, all of them become a little more efficient when it comes to getting gilded crests, as long as you can complete them generally fairly quickly. So whatever keystones you can do, the highest that you can complete at the fastest rate are the ones that are going to give you the most amount of gildeds for your runs, but +7s is a fantastic starting point. It is the least intimidating difficulty of Keystones that doesn't even give you all the affixes to run against. The best part is, in a +7, you don't even need to do any crazy strats. Now, you may feel like, oh, I don't really know my routes, should I do some crazy skips, do I need to do some massive pulls? And in most cases, you could just play the W strat, as in, as long as you hold down the W key and you're moving forward from one boss and to the next, picking up some trash along the way to make sure you get 100% by the end of the run, you're good to go. And in fact, if you have a group that is filled with geared players, like if it's your Keystone and you pick up a bunch of geared players, you're actually, as a tank or something, most of those players in your group will actually be pretty happy if you end up doing fairly sizable pulls, because so many players are going to be built for massive AoE damage, and it's just going to make the pulls a little bit more fun. And +7s are definitely not the most difficult version of Keystones out there. They're really straightforward, so you don't really need any kind of crazy farming strategies. Just get in the key and start running as many of them as you can. Now, all of your mythic track gear can be upgraded through Gilded Crest, but what about your crafted gear? Crafted gear will utilize a slightly different method, but it will really come from recrafting your items yet again. So when you craft a piece of gear, normally you'll be able to, I don't know, let's choose a something that could actually wield, like, I don't know, a weapon, right? An Intellect Dagger, you'll be able to put a spark in it, and then you'll be able to enchant it with your embellishments, and you'll be able to add an extra Gilded Crest in order to up its item level to highest possible 675. But if you want that item to go up an extra few levels for the Super Boost, you'll actually have to get an extra bonus reagent to augment it by 6 additional item levels. And these augment reagents are sold exactly, literally right next to the crafting orders from the same NPC that you would get your normal crests in. You'll just be able to buy Gilded Augmentation Matrices to add to your crafted items. Now, these will cost you 30 Gilded Crests for each and every one of them, but it does mean that if you have a bunch of crafted gear, like let's say you got super unlucky with the Great Vault, so you've been making a lot of crafters to supplement for those gains, like me, then that means you have a ton of pieces that can just be boosted by 6 item levels very, very quickly and easily. The only thing you'll have to do is once you buy the item is you'll have to recraft the piece afterwards. So you'll have to start a recrafting order, let's say for a weapon, and you'll just add this item to it, boosting the item level of that piece all the way to 681. Which does mean you'll need to get enough reagents in order to get a recrafting order going, but they're usually not as expensive as the first time you had to craft an item. But if you have a bunch of these crafted pieces available on your character, which you're wearing right now, then you should be able to upgrade your item level rather quickly. And all it takes is 30 Gilded Crests, which are, like all the other crests, which offers a very straightforward way for you to boost the item level of all of your crafted items. Now, another currency that will be made available for you to catch up on gear is the Puzzle and Card Shell chip, or the Dinar token, which some people refer to it as. I'll probably end up naming it one or the other as I'm working on this video. But this will become a token that will be made available during the first week of the Turbo Boost, and you'll actually be able to get 3 of these tokens the first week, and you'll be able to get 1 of these tokens every other week afterwards for completing a weekly quest. The weekly quest is pretty simple. All you gotta do is slay a couple of raid bosses or complete a few Mythic Plus dungeons in order to be able to unlock the weekly token, which allows you to essentially purchase items from a vendor that are of raid or even from Mythic Plus dungeons, though the higher tier versions of these pieces will be more of like a bad luck protection element behind it. And you'll continue to get 1 of these tokens every single week until 9 maximum. And every item on the vendor will set you back 3 of these tokens, so you can basically buy 3 pieces of gear from that vendor. Now, you'll be able to immediately unlock hero track versions of all the different items from either the Liberation of Undermine raid or the trinkets from the current season of Mythic Plus dungeons. However, if you're looking to get these items on a higher track like Mythic track, you'll first need to slay a certain boss within Liberation of Undermine before you can unlock Mythic versions of those items. So for example, if let's say you're looking to get yourself a Mythic version of House of Cards so you can have a high item level trinket, you'll first need to defeat One-Armed Bandit on Mythic before you can unlock the Mythic track version of that trinket. So if you're someone in a raiding guild, this is bad luck protection for you to get those Mythic pieces, but those of you that don't raid but still need a House of Cards to make your character work, you'll be able to get it on hero track quality. The same thing can be done for dungeons this season as well. You can technically unlock all of the dungeon trinkets from this season on the highest track available of Mythic, like Signal to Parry. You will also be able to purchase it on Mythic, but only if you completed all Mythic Plus Keystones for the season at a plus 12 difficulty. Then you'll be able to unlock the Mythic track variation. Otherwise, if you just need Signet just to make your character function, but you don't really do Mythic Plus dungeons, you can always just guarantee buy it on hero track at least. Though, if you're someone who does any high-end Mythic Plus dungeons or high-end Mythic rating, I would really hold off using their chips immediately until you can guarantee those items on a Mythic track. I wouldn't immediately buy them on Hero track. Though for any of you that are a little bit more casual, maybe you're just mostly a Delve player that is just looking to finalize your character in preparation for like the next season or just to complete out this season as best as you can, even hero track items would be a decent gain, but I would only do this if you're someone who is not really interested in Mythic rating or doing high-end Mythic Plus dungeons for the season. But with everything being said, as always, I do want to thank all of you guys so much for watching and hope you guys enjoyed this quick little guide. If you did enjoy it or found it informative, go ahead and give it a like. I would very much appreciate it. Join our Discord community to join in discussions when it comes to patch notes, class changes, future updates, or even if you just got questions regarding how you should spend your dinar tokens wisely, like if you're confused which item you might be able to get. Maybe somebody in Discord in our community might be able to answer the question, or if anything, provide you with sources where you can find that information so you don't make the wrong decision when it comes to spending your tokens. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and as always, I'll see all of you guys in the next one.